Die on the line on her podcast. So what's on her mind? And for you now, you are listening to Die on the Line.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Life with Ty. Today we are talking about colorism, and I have a few guests with me. So go ahead and introduce your guys to the show.
I'm Naomie.
I'm Michelle.
Hey everyone, I'm Dayana.
Okay, so the first question that we have for today is, how do you define colorism?
So how I define colorism is being discriminated against for your shade of color, especially in the black community. Just, that spectrum of light-skinned to dark-skinned women and men, but I think it's against women more than anything.
I sometimes feel like it's probably not vocalized as much, but I feel like men do experience it as well, simply because, sometimes you'll be like, dark-skinned guys are more stronger or seem more like masculine, as opposed to light-skinned guys. They seem more pretty or more feminine, in my definition.
I think I agree with you with that. My definition for colorism is, when I think of it, I think of dark-skinned women, because we get a lot of the crap from everyone. So
Colorism for me is pretty much light skin versus dark skin. Pretty much like when people say, "Oh, girl, she's red, she's yellow bone, or dark skin." That's pretty much colorism for me. But I don't really.
No, that's the perfect way to sum it up.
Yeah, that is a good one. How do you feel about the color of your skin?
I love it, Like, I wouldn't even say it's more of the color of my skin. It's being a black woman. Like, I enjoy being a black woman and everything it comes with. The negatives and the positives. And it's just like, we stand for the culture, and I really love the perspective that we have.
That's good.
Me, I love my skin tone. I feel as if, like, when I was in middle school, it used to be, oh, the red girl. The guys would always go after the red girls, the yellow bones, the light-skinned girls. Now, dark-skinned girls are winning. You see everything? Melanin.
Y'all been winning, but I just felt like y'all been winning. I just felt like you have to be strong enough to know who you are and be like, man, everybody's going to talk. It just matters how much weight you give to these people's opinions. And I feel like a lot of females really buy into that society's beauty norms of what it is to be beautiful, especially as a black woman when they don't even represent us. Like,
right.
It's just...
So you mean we were winning in middle school?
You were losing by your definition, because someone came up to you and said your skin wasn't beautiful. But if you were raised to value your skin color, I feel like it's not taught in the house as like forefront as it should be. In a black house, you need to see pictures of yourself.
Yeah.
You need to read books of yourself, because if you don't, then it's just like you're seeing what other people, think is beautiful. So when you see like a white girl on TV, or like, that's what they're saying is beautiful, you're gonna grow up thinking that's beautiful. So when someone comes to you and say your skin isn't beautiful, it's just like, that's what I've been taught my whole life.
Right.
But the black man will prefer a white woman than a black woman.
Not. You have to be
Yes,
careful.
we're not even gonna touch into that. That's not where we're going with this.
Okay, all right.
I'm kind of biased, sort of say. Growing up, I was always made fun of my skin, my darker complexion, and my dad is darker than me, and he's always, encouraging me to not really listen to anybody that speaks bad about it. When I got to high school, I've noticed that light-skinned men was more attracted to me than guys that's my own complexion. So it kind of went from your next question coming up. I'm not gonna ruin it. But yeah, I think my skin's beautiful. I never wanted to change it, regardless if anybody thought negative about it. So I always embraced it.
Can I ask you one question?
Yeah, of course.
So, you said like your dad's dark-skinned, and he told you about it. Like, did that boost your confidence? Did that help you with your confidence growing up?
It did, but I wanted to hear it from my mom. My mom is more like, if you don't ask her, she won't tell you. So I remember I asked her one day, I was like, do you think I'm pretty? She started laughing. She was like, what kind of question is that? She's like, of course I think you're pretty. I was like,
You never tell me.
yeah. So, yeah, my dad boosted up.
Yeah. As far as my skin complexion, I've never really thought about it. Like, I've never considered myself to be, like, light skin or dark skin or, like, oh, my gosh, I look this way or that way. But I do remember, like, not too long ago, I was dating someone, and he told me, like, you're not dark enough for me. And I think at that moment, I was like, I'm not dark enough for you. And I think that was the moment I really started to think about my skin complexion. But I've always been comfortable in it. I've never questioned it or thought otherwise. That was just weird to me. But, yeah. So the next question is there a such thing as light skin or dark skin privilege?
Hell yeah. Am I allowed to say?
Yeah.
I definitely believe that there is privilege with being light skinned. It's just, I can't explain it. Like, I don't have any tangible proof, but I do feel that, you know, light skinned women get the benefit just because they have, you know, they're closer, like,
To white women?
Like, they have that.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that what they're looking for, that norm, the fair skin, you know, you're more futuristic compared to, you know, our counterparts, and because of that, I do feel like we have privilege. I don't believe you can say, like, white people have white privilege and, like, someone who fits, like, that standard doesn't have privilege.
Yeah, because often sometimes people would say, like, Beyonce is who she is because of the fact that both sides could accept her. Because she's not super dark, where it's like, okay, I can't say that she's without the culture, but she's not super white, where it's like, I can't say she's not a black girl. But she's light and dark enough for it to be like, okay, we all can accept her and love her for who she is.
And you can definitely see it in the entertainment industry because, like, I feel like it wasn't until, like, if you ask someone, like, who's that black singer or actress, you know, for actress, they automatically go to Lupita Nyong'o, and it's just like, okay, now name 6 more, and they'll just be looking stuck.
Yeah, Viola Davis.
I could go on.
Like, but like, if you ask your white counterpart, or if you ask, like, if you ask certain people, it's just like it stops there, you know. But if you ask someone to name, like, fair skin or, you know, light skinned,
you have a lot of answers quicker. At least
it goes and goes and goes, and it's just like, how can you guys underrepresent such an important part of our culture as black women?
Yeah. Do you have anything to add, Naomie?
Oh God, really? I just feel like I don't think so. My opinion, I don't, because I can say, like, a lot of things like interviews, school. I just feel as if, like, it's how you communicate. It's not about light skin or dark skin. I just never seen that. If it was for, like, relationships or, like, society or friendships, then I could see, like, okay, red girls, dark skin girls. But as in other things, I don't think that really pretty much matters. I think it's how you talk, how you communicate yourself, and if you cute.
Oh, so looks have to do with it.
Definitely.
So you think physical looks have to do with it, but color might not?
Interesting.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
was like, no, man.
I think, sorry, repeat your question because I was stuck on what you just said.
Do you think there's light skin or dark skin privilege?
Yes, of course. I've had, like, clubs down here, especially in Florida. I've lived up north for, like, a year, and I could tell the difference between over here and up there. Florida is more so where black guys are going towards light-skinned girls, and in the club industries, like, when you look at, like, flyers or promotions on their page, you don't see, you know, when I look for a club, I'm trying to see how many black people's in there. My people that looks like me is in there, and most of the time I don't see that. And when you're in the line waiting, and you see, you know, little Becky walking by, and they're like, "Oh, come on in." While I've been here waiting for 20 minutes, willing to pay, but yet, you know, they're trying to make a picture for themselves, so they invite a woman that's lighter shade.
But I also feel like that depends also on the setting, because like when we go to Afro beats, I feel like you fit in more.
Yeah, 'cause it's African, it's,
right?
you know,
And people appreciate that type of vibe and stuff like that. I don't want to say skin color because that's not that's not right. So have you ever been discriminated against directly because of the shade of your skin?
Not that I could like pinpoint. The only thing I could really think of is, you know, in school there's sometimes that like I was the only black kid in the class. So like in elementary, some of my high school classes, some of my college classes, it's just like my professor would either go out the way to make me feel accepted, and at my job I'm the only black person, so it's like it's not outright discrimination, but you
feel it. Yeah, they're like, "Did you do something with your hair?"
every time I get braids, or it's the simple like, "Hey, homegirl," or it's just like,
trying to fit in and make you feel comfortable, and it's awkward.
It's very awkward.
Yeah.
So then you're put in this place like, do I address this? Do I let it slide?
Pretend like it's not happening. Just like, "Hey, girl."
Repeat the question.
Have you ever been discriminated against directly because of the color of your skin? Like the shade of your skin?
Honestly, no. Like growing up, I feel like I've had a lot of attention, like with my parents being spoiled and all of that. In school, I don't. But I did have a close friend in high school who, her and her cousin, she was dark and her cousin was light. She was living with them. Her cousin she would complain to me saying her cousin would get more spoiled than her because of the skin tone. And her aunts and uncles like would just like, "Oh, what was it? Charbon." Yeah, like, I mean, that's Creole word. But they would call her like charcoal, you know, and I think that's it. But not me personally.
Okay. Yeah, you know.
For me, the thing is, it's kind of like a circle. Like, I would always, like, if you meet me or if you see me in public at a workplace, I always have like this upfront mean girl look because I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be in certain conversations, and sometimes it kind of like pinpoints me out because mostly black girls would try to.
Why you got an attitude?
She thinks she this, she thinks she that. You know, it's like, I don't even know, but I wouldn't say it in my face from different races or anything like that.
Have you guys ever experienced like discrimination like from black people?
Of course. Always.
Yeah. Yeah, like the boy I was telling you, he was a black boy. A Haitian man at that. And I was just like,
that type of party, girl. Don't say that.
I was just like, I'm not dark enough. Like, so, yeah, definitely. And I know other cultures experience it too, because they have dark Dominicans and dark Puerto Ricans, and they have their own thing that happens with it too. But yeah, definitely.
I've had a guy from school that said, "Oh, don't you think you'd be pretty if you was light skinned?"
No, he didn't.
He sure did.
Does it not hurt y'all more
Nah,
when it's like from your own people?
Yeah, it does, simply because it's like, we supposed to be together.
Uplifting each
Right,
other.
we're supposed to be in the same team, but then that goes to say, like, do we feel some type of way when we see black boys with white girls or vice versa?
With what you just said, I don't feel any type of way, but the guys, certain guys, they'll make it more notice, say, "Hey, yeah, I got a white girl on my arm." I remember working at Chipotle, there was this young man with this white girl. She was sweet, and I kept asking him, I was like, "Hey, you know, what kind of meat do you want?" And then he was just like, I was like, "Sweetie, I'm up here."
Oh, so he wasn't getting
Yeah, like
attention.
he was being disrespectful, and then here she comes looking at me like, "Oh, maybe she's giving you attitude because you're with me," and she kind of grabbed him. I'm like,
girl.
it's not the day. Like, I don't even look at that. I had my sister who dated out of her race. And she went to a restaurant, and there was a black couple, and the guy just kept looking at her. So she was like, you know, let me use the bathroom. While she was coming out, the guy grabbed her by the arm and was like, so you couldn't find a brother to come here with?
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
that is so awkward. Like, how do you even respond to that?
With the fist? Like, you can't judge me for my preferences, but that's not my business. Like, that's your personal issue. But to physically put your hand on someone just because I have a certain preference that you don't agree with, you must be out your damn mind. Like, people
are crazy. The world.
I see.
Ooh, the world is crazy. We kind of talked about this already, but like how colorism has changed from when you were younger till now. I feel like now it's more accepting with people like Lupita, Viola Davis, Gabrielle Union, as opposed to before we used to be like, what they used to say? What they used to call them? African booty scratchers and... you never heard of
dark skin girl?
Oh yeah, all of those little subliminal messages when you were like younger. I don't feel like I get those at all now or hear them either.
Another thing is, I feel like we're just immature. Like younger, like middle school. I think it was just maturity level. Till this day they do that.
I can't even say it's maturity level because you have to. This is how I feel. Stuff like this is taught
at home.
So it could be at home, through social media, through books, shows. Like, these are ideas that are being, like, every generation. Like,
it keeps going.
That is true.
It's not, like, I can't say it's maturity, but it's an idea that's being passed on, and that's very dangerous, even as children, because, you know, that's where bullying happens. And now it's just, like, things like suicide amongst young kids are becoming... like it's increasing because of bullying. It could be something as simple as
the
like
color of their
exactly.
Yeah. There was a young girl, and I should have looked it up. She ended up making a fashion line from being bullied because of the color of her skin, and I totally forgot what it was called or whatever, and she turned that into something positive. But I experienced that even a little kid. Like I volunteer at a place that's predominantly Spanish people, and this kid I'm telling you, he don't speak no lick of English, and he could have been like 5 years old, and I was outside sitting on the playground, and that kid called me a monkey. He called me a monkey last week, and I was like, did this little boy just said monkey? He said it in plain English, and he don't speak no English. He was just speaking Spanish the whole time until he seen me, and I was just like, he had to get that from home. Like, there's no other way he could have got that from.
You think so? I don't think so, because my nephew, he comes home and he says, like, oh, he'll ask questions. He'll be like, he asks his dad, like, for instance, it's off topic, but he's like, Dad, do guys have titties? You know, so do you think his dad says that, or he get it from home?
He's picking up somewhere. Like, it could be school. It could be he's watching a video
something
or on
TV.
Social media, and he's learning about transgendered through like outside sources.
This may be personal, but I remember in high school, I had all my friends were white. You know, all of them were white. And then my mom was like, no. Okay, this is too personal.
Oh my God. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. What role does colorism play in dating? Do you feel like as a lighter skinned girl you have like better chances at getting someone you want, or?
No, I'm ugly, so you know.
Stop.
No, like I have my preference, you know, like just like everybody else, I have my preference. And like I'm not gonna lie, I like darker guys. I've never been really attracted to light skinned guys. And it's nothing personal, you know. There are a lot of handsome, like
light skinned guys.
Light skinned guys, but like and I can't even say I'm attracted to these men because of the dark skin. It's just who they are. Their personality really resonates with me. Does it play a chance in likelihood of getting cuffed? It probably does, but like I feel that a lot of people are transfixed on just, you know, a lot of public, you know, opinions out there.
That's true.
And they make a generalization off of that instead of like realizing that it's going to be one person. Like, it's one person that you're into, and maybe your skin tone might play a part in that, but is that going to dissuade you from going for what you want?
Right, that's
like,
true.
That's it.
That's just how you, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Me, I don't know. I just feel like I haven't been comfortable dating outside my race. That's pretty much. I don't think it's light skin versus dark skin. I've never, because I've dated both.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, if you're cute, like I said, I think it's how you look. If I find you attractive, I find you attractive. I don't think, oh my God, he's dark skinned. Oh my God, oh, he's light skinned. No, if I see him and he's like muscular and look,
shoot your shot, y'all. Shoot your shot. What's your Instagram, Naomie?
I don't have a preference. I don't have a preference, but I think it does play a role because, like I said before, certain type of black guys find me more attractive. But now that I'm older men find me more attractive more so than younger guys, because younger guys are still, a little
They're
childish
still trying to
about their
figure
skin
it out.
tone and all that. So,
Let's see. So what role does social media play in colorism? We have Kodak with his comments about dark-skinned girls, and then Spice doing her whole color change to bring awareness to it when she turned white for her
album.
Yeah, her song Hypocrisy, I think it was called.
I
it was
didn't
really
know about
interesting.
that.
You didn't?
It was all over.
It was everywhere.
Guys, I'm studying. I don't have time for media.
Okay. Did she just put you out? Sorry.
I know, right?
So
I'm
how
going back for my master's. Don't play.
how do you feel about that in social media?
Study for my master's.
On Instagram more, I think it's certain, they do pinpoint certain girls, like the Kardashians, when they post their nudes or whatever it is, their shit stays on. But when somebody else does it, I don't know who it was, black girls in general, from that on social media, I don't think they care whether you're light skin or black skin. As long as you're black, if you're they're gonna take it off. Like Delicious, I don't know if you know who that is. She posts
From Flavor Flav?
yeah. She was going on a rant about that. She was like, "Oh, I post this, but you guys are taking it out." But Kardashians still have their booty pics out, their nudes still out on social media.
I think
But they're
it's
kind of known for
popularity.
that.
I think it's because like Kardashians, like they're up there. The whole family is just up there with that Jordan thing. It's Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure. I just think it's popular. Like Delicious. When was the last time people spoke about Flavor Flav? Like,
Right.
Damn, her whole career ain't based off of Flavor Flav.
I know, but it's just like
She's like, Delicious, who are you?
She's just an Instagram.
There.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it just has more to do with popularity, not color. It's just popular. Like, look at Kodak Black. He's in Shade Room every minute now.
But y'all gotta understand who Kodak Black is.
Exactly. You know how many other people? I'm sure there's so much other people who said something about Lauren London. We're not getting on that topic, but
I think social media it gives a voice to everybody.
Right.
Whereas like back then you had to be a credible source to actually report.
Right.
Now you got social media and it's as simple as going live and saying some stupid stuff like Kodak.
Right.
But I feel like with Kodak's comments, I don't agree with it, and I don't appreciate how he phrased it. But you gotta understand that Kodak is talking for a whole type of men out there. Like a lot of men has that same
mentality.
So you guys are bashing this man because he is speaking freely and he is speaking.
how old is Kodak?
I don't know.
But
he's young too.
He's immature. Like.
Look where he come from, though.
Yeah, he's immature, and Kodak has been saying a lot of, immature stuff. I think it's because, the art, rest in peace, Nipsey, because he died and it's, the wrong time, but that's why they give more value to that. So I'm sure there's more people who's been saying negative comments, but it's just because it's Kodak, they're just making him relevant. And they're actually, boosting his rates up right now because they're so on him.
It feeds into the bullshit. It's good for headlines.
Right.
And he said he only dates white girl? What did he say?
He said that he doesn't like dating dark-skinned girls because he's dark already. And then he also said something about it's easier to control lighter-skinned girls as opposed to dark-skinned girls because I guess they're too tough.
I don't know why you would want a female that bends easily. Like,
That's
I
true.
feel like as a woman, white or black, you should at least have...
But you know, for a long time, they've always said that about white women, too. They're, like, easier to deal with. They don't have an attitude. They don't this. They don't fight back as opposed to... Black girls, apparently we have opinions, we have attitudes, and things like that.
Reason, man.
Right. But no one should want to date somebody that just is a yes man, like. But I mean, preferences, right? Preferences. And then the last question is, do you have any negative attitudes towards dark-skinned boys or light-skinned boys?
No.
When dating?
Not at all.
I just want to know if it's true that, like, light-skinned boys are super emotional. Because I never
really dated a light-skinned boy.
I haven't
I know
either.
that they're more flamboyant, and I don't mean that to no disrespect. I don't have nothing against light-skinned boys. Don't beat me up. But they are just more prissy. They don't want to get their hands dirty. They take longer to get ready. And I don't like that. I like nitty gritty guys. Like I like to get your hands dirty. I like you to sweat.
I don't know why, but like I've just been finding that amongst like black darker brothers who like don't mind getting sweaty in the
and just
sun.
be all and then they be dirty with that nice smile.
I don't think
dark
so.
skin man.
I don't think so. I don't think it has nothing to do with light skin or dark skin. I think it's just how they are. There's dark skinned men who are literally having bubble baths. Like,
that's true.
You're the main one, and like doing everything. You know, and then there's light skinned men. You know, I could speak for my cousin. You know, who do not play that. You know, like all of that.
I just want to meet one light skinned man.
You know, he does not play that.
Larry?
Your brother, Larry.
My brothers, I don't even think my brothers know how to change a light bulb. My brothers don't even take the trash out. Like,
right?
That's fine. If I'm lying, he could.
He can like, you can put me on this show right now.
Let me go ahead and speak for myself. You wanted to add to that?
What was the question?
Yeah,
do you feel like there's a...
It's hot.
Me, I feel like it's the... Okay, for me, dating a guy, I don't look for light skin or dark skin. What is your 5-year goal? What do you do?
What? Here comes Naomie.
What is your credit score? You know, like...
Michelle Obama.
You know,
on the first date?
yes, right. Credit karma.
What's your credit score?
900.
But it was, do you have any
900,
negative
comments
towards dark skin or light skin boys?
No, I don't.
No. All for the power, for the cause, for the people. But thank you guys so much for coming. Like, this was fun.
You see, Drake is fine, and also Future.
I love Drake. I don't really care for Future, though.
That's not, Future gives you
Future
good music, like break up.
Future is you want to cry in a Toyota or a Porsche? No, what's his name? Idris
Alba.
Oh
But you
God.
see that, like, so
This is about colorism, not men.
You brought up, this is something I want to talk to you about. So, like, in the music industry or the entertainment industry, it's just like when you talk about men being dark skinned, they associate that with a good, like a positive connotation. That's a good thing.
Right.
You see that Idris Elba.
No.
The guy from
Lance Gross.
What's his name?
I think the real reason, the real
Bird
thing now
Box. I had to
is,
close my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I think
What's his name? What's the guy's name?
Roderick something.
Who?
The guy from
Bird Box.
Bird Box, or is it Quiet Place?
Oh, I know who you're talking
Bird
about.
Box.
But I think the real thing now is,
No, it starts with an R.
Oh, I don't
guys,
know.
I think the real thing
Her finger up.
guys, listen. I don't think it's about light skin or dark skin. I think it's if the guy can grow a beard down. Like, that's
Yes.
It ain't
Okay.
My boy just has this, like, one.
Alright, we're done.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Real Life with Ty. Holla.
You've got Ty on the line on your podcast. So what's on her mind? And for you now, you are listening to Ty on the line.